You are now listening to On One Radio, the talk show podcast station, bringing you the realest entertainment, information, music, lifestyle, and truth and comedy shows around. This is Let's Talk. I don't count likes, calories, or blessings. I don't dine with snakes or bite my tongue. It is what it is. I am what I am. I am your host, Tony Williams. Shout out to my new listeners and my own ones, day ones. Alright, all information and resources are based on the opinions of the host, unless otherwise noted. All information is intended to motivate, encourage, and inspire positive change and a healthier lifestyle. This podcast contains some quotations, images, or excerpts from copyrighted material. These uses fall well within copyright doctrine of fair use. Fair use refers to the right to reproduce, use, and or share. This is a live broadcast, so if you would like to call, the number is 318-315-3971. Again, that number is 318-315-3971. This call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance purposes. Your continued participation in this telephone call serves as express consent to be monitored or recorded. Now, our show for tonight. Fema Has Demands. And an ex-Walnut Hills teacher pleads guilty. I know you can guess to what. But humor me. Guess. And for the BS of the day. So stay tuned to the end for the BS of the day story. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. If you are still up at this hour, you may be working, chilling, and or the above. But thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere else, but you are choosing to be here with me. And I appreciate that very much. So, let's get into it. Fema Has Demands. Now, in recent years, Fema's always been the one in the news about something they did that was fucked up. Yeah. Oh, and you may hear my heater going in the background, but I'm still a little under the weather, so it's a little chilly in here. So I gotta keep it kind of toasty with my warm black tea and honey. Yeah. So, anyway, Fema demands refund after helping man who was flooded out of his home in Craig, Missouri. Now, this 71-year-old Larry Westhill grew up in a house in Craig, Missouri, and lived there until floodwater poured into this March. What happened next in the story of red tape and disappointment leads us to believe that a lot of people aren't really caring too much. Now, ask anyone who lives in Craig and they'll tell you the flooding in March was a devastating disaster, a total nightmare, he expressed. It's hard to explain how it feels to walk in and see your house gone. I can imagine that myself, and I know that has to be hurtful. Like many of his neighbors at first, Wessel could only reach his home by airboat. He was so distraught when he waded chest deep to check on his home, and, well, he didn't realize a man who had tagged along took his photo for the New York Times. He applied for assistance from FEMA due to damage from the March 20 flooding. Now, a FEMA inspector came to his home in June, and he says he received a check from FEMA on June 18th for $12,483.80. And I thought, how in the world did they come up with that figure? That won't even touch to replace the foundation of the house, he stated. I deposited in the bank, but I didn't spend any of it because I didn't trust them to start out with. Now that says a lot right there, when you don't trust them to start out. But at the beginning, I did say they have been in the news recently the last few years over fucked up shit they did. Like, seriously fucked up shit they did. But he received a letter or a statement saying that their decision is that your house was not damaged by the disaster. He said, okay, what was it damaged by? And I could see being a little asshole-ish at that point. But see, he was thankful but was skeptical, because that's soon after is when he received that letter demanding he pay FEMA back. Now, he thought the photo in the New York Times and the obvious damage to his home would convince FEMA not to ask for the money back, but he didn't want to risk putting up a fight. It said you have 30 days to pay it back or we will start penalizing you at 1% per month, he recalled. He's on Social Security. He can't afford to have it taken out of his Social Security check. So he sent it. He overnight expressed it. He paid it back, but doesn't believe he should have. I gotta stop right there. Pardon me. Why should he have? The picture was there. I'm pretty sure it was in the paper. It was probably in the news. I'm looking at these things now, so they're there. FEMA did approve an application for assistance for individuals and families who sustained damage or losses due to the flooding or severe storms from April 29th to July. He is frustrated that FEMA will not recognize the March 20 flood date that damaged his home and many others in Craig. Okay, see, now we're getting to the meat of this. They're trying to be technical on the dates, but damage is damage, and it's a natural disaster that's basically doing this, so they're picking. Now, he goes on to state, that is the only truth. Our disaster was in March. I didn't have anything to do with April 29th. Where they came up with April 29th date is anybody's guess, he stated. He since moved to a home on higher ground, but says that house doesn't feel like home. He plans to tear down what's left of his lifelong home by himself because he can't afford to hire someone else. He went on to say he just wanted people to know what happened. And that's a good thing that he did, because that's something that, people need to be aware of, especially if you're in Craig, Missouri. So, most definitely pass this information along, because somebody else probably needs to hear this, or are going through something like this in their own prospective country or state. But always go and look up information. And I'm sorry, but they wouldn't have got no damn money back from me. I'll be damned. I lost my house. This is what this is for? No. You're not getting it back. It's not even enough to pay for a damn foundation, but you want it back? What about all the times that they fucked up and screwed up over money and did shit they ain't had no business doing and messing over people? What'd they do with all that money? Like, come on. Let's be for real here. And you're gonna take this from this man? You're gonna demand this back? And the state actually allowed this to happen? I hope that guy is, gonna be okay. And I'm glad he shared this story, because people did need to hear this. It does make you think twice about, who your representatives are in your perspective, city, country, and or state. Just be aware. Know your rights and know what the policies and procedures are for your area. So that way you're not blindsided like this guy was. But he him not trusting them, which I probably wouldn't have either. I probably wouldn't have spent the money. I'd have kept it, but I wouldn't have spent it for a good long while to make sure that this is not going to be they're not going to be trying to take it back. Because we know the old saying about the old Indian giving, that's kind of stuck in with the majority of us growing up. And so I can understand this man's despair and frustration. And it was not fair what happened to him. And FEMA should have to give that back. Plus, some more to be able to, even attempt to replace a good portion of what he's lost. But I am glad that he is of cheerful spirits and wish him the best. Now, moving along. Now, if you're like me and you still have some children left in school, you do tend to worry or have concern about teachers at your children's school. If you do not have any concern, that could be a good or a bad thing, because a lot is going on out there, and you have to be vigilant, and you have to make as many of those parent-teacher meetings and conferences, and good, bad, or ugly, try your best to make them all so you know who it is that is around your child, because we all know the wives' tale about kids being able to know the difference, little bitty small kids, being able to know the difference, sense the difference in good and bad people. Well, times are changing, and those children who are capable of doing that are not speaking age. So we have to take into consideration our children that are speaking age that don't really know what the hell is really going on out there, even though they think they do. And be close. Have a personal relationship with your child's teachers, the principal, the clerical workers. You even want to know who the damn janitor is. You want to know who the lunch ladies is. If it's the one with the mole on her face, if it's the real pretty one that seems like, she don't fit. If it's the one with the hair growing out of her face. If it's the big fat one that is so nasty and ugly with her attitude. You want to know. Because all those hours that they're at school, you want to know what's going on. You want to know what type of environment they are in. Well, an ex-Walnut Hills teacher pleads guilty to child porn charges involving female student. Now, a former teacher at Walnut Hills High School, who prosecutors stated lured a student into sending him naked photos of herself, has pleaded guilty to child pornography charges. Jeremy Collins, age 39, who lives in East Walnut Hills, faces up to 2 years in prison. He will be sentenced January 15 by Hamilton County Common Pleas Judge Jody Lubers. Now, Collins was a German teacher at a high school when, according to court documents, he used the messaging app GroupMe and WhatsApp to chat with the 16-year-old girl. He also sent her 2 photos of his genitals, the document stated. Collins pleaded guilty Monday to 2 counts of illegal use of a minor in nudity-oriented material. The charge in his case is the lowest level felony. Collins was arrested May 29th after a joint investigation by members of the Regional Electronics and Computer Investigations Task Force and the Cheviot Police Department. He was taken into custody at the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky International Airport. Collins told his attorney he had scheduled a trip to Denver to see an FC Cincinnati match. Now, a spokeswoman for Cincinnati Public Schools, as well as other district officials, did not respond to multiple requests for comment. The district did not say whether or how Collins was disciplined. Collins was a high school German teacher for Lakota schools from 2005 to 2012. before coming to Cincinnati Public Schools, according to his personnel file. Collins will be evaluated by a psychologist before his sentencing, his attorney, Bill Gallagher, said at Monday's plea hearing. Collins has been out of jail since posting bond June 14th, records show. In court Monday, he wore a light blue down red shirt with a red tie and tan pants. Gallagher did not immediately respond to a message seeking comment. Now, like I stated before, we have got to meet these teachers. We have to go to parent-teacher conferences because you can feel some shit ain't right with somebody when you close to them. You feel the vibes coming off of them. You can sit there and notice how a teacher, whether it's male or female, looks at the different students. You can tell. See, back in the day, parents actually just randomly popped up at the school just to pop up and do a random check. Well, a lot of that has come to cease now because of all these other issues that are coming up about, people trying to be up in the schools for no good reasons. So now the parents are not in the school as much as they used to be. So there's a lot that parents are missing. And it's only going to get worse. So if you have children, please, 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 have a relationship with your child's educators, staff, faculty, the damn parking attendant. I don't give a damn. Whoever is going to be in a vicinity where they can have access to your children, you need to have seen them face to face and stood face to face with them. Because in doing so, you can feel a person's vibes, their auras. You can sense a lot if you're sensitive to those sort of things. If you're not, then you might want to fall back a little bit and start meditating and pay a little closer attention to the vibes out there. You can avoid a lot, and that way your daughter or son isn't the next one that's going to end up a teacher's pet, because that's pretty much what that sums up to be. And I'm sorry, looking at this picture, I would probably be looking like, who let this motherfucker in here to be a teacher? Get his ass up out of here right now. Not now, but right damn now. Just looking at this picture, I kid you not. We have to be vigilant. We have to be honest with ourselves and with those around us. If you sense that something is not right about a person, it needs to be known, because being known can alert the right people to be able to take a deeper look into a person. Because I'll be honest with you, people on a regular basis, half the people who have resumes have probably lied on them somewhere. Even if it's you started your last job on the 15th, but you put the 14th because you guessing because it's been so long ago that you don't remember, and then when the true date come up, it's still seen as a lot. So either way it go. So you get where I'm going with this? It happens all the time. People getting fired because, their information is coming back not right, or old charges done caught up, or all sorts of things. Or like this guy, for instance. Bad habits. Very naughty habits. Dirty bastard. And that goes for the females too who do this. It's not just, I'm just not on just men. It's equal rights all the way here. Male or female. Leave these damn students alone. Get your old ass somewhere and find you something else to do and somebody else to play with. Don't stop trying to play with folks' kids, because you're trying to teach them sex education, and that's not your job. That's part of the reason why they want to take sex education out of the school system, because of this right here. You really can't be comfortable with the teachers discussing sex education with your children, because you don't know what type of mind frame they have. You don't know if that's a pedophile standing there or not. So, yeah, you just have to be vigilant. And I really think he should get a stiffer charge for this, because if not, he's gonna, feel like take this as a slap on the wrist and do it again just in a whole nother field. Because it doesn't stop with just teachers. So just everybody be vigilant and aware. Now, moving right along to the BS of the day. Haunted, let me tell y'all about this bullshit here. Girlfriend allegedly stabs former NFL player during fight is charged with attempted homicide. He's handsome fella. She look a little psycho. The 24-year-old girlfriend of a former NFL wide receiver has been charged with attempted homicide after allegedly stabbing the pro athlete in the chest. Oh, this bitch was going for gold. The chest? Pittsburgh Bureau of Police issued a statement on the felonious incident, which occurred Saturday. According to the release, the incident involved two mutual combatants, Shayla Bristol of Moon Hall and Terrell Pryor, 30, an ex-NFL player who donned the uniform of the New York Jets and Buffalo Bills before being signed this year by the Jacksonville Jaguars, who released him in August. In addition to attempted homicide, Bristol was charged with aggravated assault. Police also charged Pryor with simple assault for his alleged role in the fight that allegedly led to the stabbing. According to police, the incident occurred early Saturday inside the couple's Pittsburgh apartment. And a witness stated to the police that Bristol and Pryor started arguing after she returned home to the Hines loft with 3 other individuals. Now, other reports indicate it was 2 individuals. Now, according to the paper, which obtained court documents in the case, Pryor allegedly knocked one of the people to the ground and began to tussle with Bristol. The fighting continued into the kitchen, where a witness claimed to see Pryor grab his bloody chest. Pryor rushed to a local hospital where surgery was performed to close the wound in his chest. He was also stabbed in the shoulder. Witnesses allegedly told police Bristol was defending herself and noted a history of domestic issues between the couple, adding her nose had been bruised in the altercation. Bristol remains in custody without bail. Pryor is said to be recovering from his injuries. His condition is unknown, but police confirm that he is expected to make a full recovery. Now, it's also unclear if either had entered pleas to the charges they face. Pryor was a star high school athlete before playing college football at Ohio State. Now, the Oakland Raiders drafted him in 2011. He moved to receiver after 2 years in the NFL. He has also done stints with the Cleveland Browns and Washington Redskins. And this is one of the main reasons why you got to know who you with. You have to date somebody. Really date somebody. See, back in the day it was called courting, where you actually spent time around a person. So you got to see their good and bad habits to know if you really, this is before sex came into play. To know if this is really what you wanted, because when 2 people lay down, somebody's going to get up with feelings. And then you live together, and whatever the argument was about that led to all of this was obviously very heated, and it was a serious debate. Now, I'm going to say this also about this, because I do not condone domestic violence. I do, however, condone defending yourself. Now, if she was in the wrong, she deserves whatever consequences she gets. If he was in the wrong, then he deserves whatever consequences he gets. Now, the fact that she was able to stab him twice, who is the aggressor? And all she had was a bruised nose. Then you have to go. And also, because I pick things apart all the time. I really do. A lot of these stories, I just sit there and pick them apart because A lot of times there is some misleading information, or it is flat out a cover up on a lot of ends, because when you think of investigation work, you have to really know what the steps are to investigation to actually properly come up with the right information. Now, my issue is with the witness. Who are these witnesses and who are they to her? You get where I'm going with this? Because it's too often we see where friends lie for each other, friends cover up for each other, whether it's male or female, they cover up. Now, was this possibly a situation to where she came home with some guys, you know? He wasn't feeling that, and you're not gonna disrespect the house, and she wanna jump ignorant and act like she a man, and then he had to defend himself, and then she got mad, perhaps, allegedly, maybe, possibly. You get where I'm going with this? It's motives. All of it is motives. So you really have to know who it is you're dealing with. You really do. Because you can't play with somebody's emotions, feelings, their heart. That's asking for it. Doesn't mean it should happen, but it's still asking for it, because when you hurt somebody, whether it's male or female, oftentimes you hurt them to the point to where they want you to feel the same pain that you have inflicted on them. That's how you get to that point. Or if they just psycho and they just want to hurt you, it's that it's gonna be you and me, or nobody gonna be able to be with you type of situation. I mean, there's levels to the mind fuck games out there, especially in situations like this. So when more details come out about this, I will definitely let you all know what I found out. And if you come up with something, definitely hit me up and let me know, because I might miss something and you might have the, piece of the puzzle that I need to finish off this puzzle. So help your girl out. I really do appreciate you guys. When you go over to Facebook, go over there to the private Facebook group On One's Day Ones and apply there. So you can get backstage and, see what goes on behind the scenes within the group, get update information on upcoming shows, themes, contests, and so much more. And while you're there, go over to On One Radio's Facebook page, give it a like, share it, check out some of the episodes there, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you guys think. If you're listening to this on any of the podcast apps, big ups to you. I appreciate you. You could have been anywhere else, but you're right here with me, and I do respect you for that. I love your support. All of my On Ones, Day Ones, over on YouTube. Much love and respect to my YouTube family. If you are not subscribed and have not liked and hit the notification bell over on YouTube, the name is Tony On One. Go on over there, check out my channel. If you're listening to this there, guys, tell me what y'all think about these stories. Comment in the box below. Yes, I'm still a little under the weather. I'm playing catch up, so thank you guys for your continued support and all the questions and the concerns and the feel better comments and all that good stuff. That's what family do. Yes. Big ups to Sonny Giovanni, the author. She has about 3 books coming out back to back. So you guys go on over there on Amazon and find her, Sonny Giovanni or Marcel 6. Big ups. And I'll be releasing my meditation book here shortly. It comes out December 14th. You should be able to find it at whoever your favorite ebook retailer is. The name of it is Meditation by Tony Williams. Check that out. Show your girl some love and support. I love you guys so much. Much respect. And I enjoy bringing you the news and the information and just talking to you guys. So thank you for taking the time to listen to my talk show podcast. I wish you the best, and don't allow anyone to fuck up your vibes. Know an artistic mind who deserves a little bit of podcast love and talent recognition? Email on1radiotalk@gmail.com. Attention artist highlights. Or if you've got some BS for the BS of the day, email on1radiotalk@gmail.com to the attention of BS of the day. If you are not subscribed or following on any of the social media sites, please do so.